Hello, all. Welcome back to Consciousness Rising. It's a 2024 on the Gregorian calendar. Hope you all had a nice festive season, whatever you did, whatever your beliefs are, whatever, It's just, I think this time of year I look to nature and I think about, we're in the season of death and where everything goes to sleep and slumber, and it's a good time to reflect, I think, on the previous year and, just sort of enter the darkness and embrace the darkness, because that's part of us too. We forget sometimes that we're equal parts dark and light. So we're in the shadow, really, shadow times, but great introspection can come from that. This is going to be a psychological health tip. I think it's number 11. I wanted to get back to these for a while, but this one's really, really, really interesting to me, because I've always been, this is going to be about sleep and dreams. I've always been a really, really heavy dreamer. I've managed to experience all sorts of really, really interesting things in my dreams. Now, they don't really scientifically know what dreams are. A lot of mainstream science crap, they just don't understand, really. There's so much of us they don't get, because they look at everything in this materialistic mind view. But we are so much more than that, as I've often spoke about. And to me, dreams are the other side of us in a way. They're like, because we spend half of our life awake, half of our life asleep. Which one's the dream? Which one's the reality? I actually think both are reality, but I think they're different types of reality. And, I was thinking about some of the dreams I've had that have been so interesting. Like, we can all probably think of dreams that we've had that have come true to a degree. It might not be exactly right or bang on, but I mean, some of us have. Some of us have had the most prophetic dreams. I know I have. I've had instances where I've dreamt, literally what happened to someone, and then they've come and reported it the very next day, that they've been in this situation that I've dreamt of. So dreams are not to be ignored, and sleep is very, very, very important. And I was thinking about my cats, and and I watch them, and cats sleep, 19-20 hours a day or something. But many people would look at that and go, oh, well, you're sleeping your life away. But are they? Or are they actually in a different reality more than they are in this one? I don't know. I think there's a lot more to dreams and sleep than people realise. And I think a really good tip, if you like, because that's what this is, a psychological health tip, is to become more aware of sleep and dreams. And actually, if you can enter the sleep state seeing it in that different light, that actually I'm going into a different world or reality, and what can I learn? I mean, I've had instances where I've gone to sleep with a problem in my mind, like a psychological problem, or I've been feeling a certain way, and then waking up in the morning not really aware of anything that's changed, yet the problem's lifted and gone. It's almost like within the dream world I had resolved the problem somehow. There's levels to dreams, I think. There's so much more. I think there are different types of dreams. I think some possibly can be mishmash, but some I think are prophetic. I absolutely know in my heart that some are dream visitations from loved ones that are on the other side. Now, that is amazing, because in fact, some of those dreams are the most real dreams that I've ever had. I've dreamt about people that have passed. They've told me things. I also had a really powerful dream recently. I keep a dream diary. I've not filled it in for a little while, actually, but I'll get back to it. Now, a good way to do that is to fill it in as soon as you wake up and you've got that dream in your head. Write it down. I like pen and paper for doing this, although I have used my phone before if I've just needed to get it down really, really quickly. But I like a pen and paper dream diary, because then that becomes like a magical grimoire, and you can look back on it. And I think the best way to do that is to actually not read them for a while. Sort of write them down, let them go, and then maybe 6 months later, read the whole book. And I did this recently, and it was quite interesting. Family members that have passed have been, and these what I would call sort of spirit visitation dreams. They've been among some of the strongest dreams that I've ever had, especially pets. Actually, I quite often enter a space where all the pets that I've lost are back, and I can feel their fur. I get a sense for their individual personalities, and it's almost like the feeling is they're not gone, they're still there. And which, when you think about it, that's actually quite an amazing thing. If we are able to cross over, because I truly believe, we do always have our feet planted in both worlds. While we're in physical incarnation, we're here, but we're always there too. As Bruce Lipton says in his book, Biology of Belief, he comes to his conclusion that we're not the body really. We're the signal. We're the signal. We're inside the body, and because it's through the body that we experience life, but the signal is always out there in the universe. We are the universe experiencing itself, literally. And I think the sleep state is such an interesting realm. I've even had, no, my brain's gone, but the type of dreams that you can control, I forget what they're called, but I've actually, I've had a few of them in my life as well, where I've literally been able to control the dreams. Not everyone can do that. And that's quite amazing. It's quite a feeling, that to be able to actually literally control your dreams. Like, I remember one where I was literally like, oh right, I'm gonna fly now, because everyone wants to fly, don't they? Because it's the ultimate freedom, just to not be bound to anything. And I could change the scenery. I could, you can even have, as bizarre as it sounds, relationships with other people that you perhaps a little bit in life, but in the dream world you know them more. Like, that's happened a lot. That's happened a lot with people. People report that all the time. And so yeah, that's the psychological health tip, really, just to maybe perhaps enter sleep with that notion of, this just as important as my waking life. And a dream diary, I think, is really good to keep at the side of your bed. They do fade quickly, dreams, so you tend to have to write them quite quickly. But I used to just date them, well, the date I had the dream, write the dream, as mad or as bizarre as the dream can be as well. Like, even if it's really bonkers, just write it down. And sometimes you can make connections. Like, months later, you'll be like, oh, that's what that was about. And you'll see synchronicities. There's so much more to life than material science would have us believe. So yeah, that's my psychological health tip for today. It's pay attention to your sleep. Well, get enough sleep is also really important, but yeah, keep a dream diary. Pay attention to your dreams. You'll be quite amazed the insights you can gain from just being aware more of the sleep state. So take care, guys. See you in the next one.